Some breaking news here on Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett suffered a bone bruise in his knee that could lead to a short-term absence per me, which means Ian, that's him, and Mike Garafalo. The door is open for Pickett, who has a muscle strain to play this week, but the team may be smart with a bye in week 6. Now, first of all, that's good news, right? That's very good news. I did see a few comments out there in Facebook land, Twitter land, YouTube land saying, yes, Kenny's down. He sucks. He's terrible. I can't wait to see Trubisky. Can't wait to see Mason Rudolph, right? You never want to wish someone injury. You never want to wish someone to be out and miss their job or miss, playing quarterback like that. If you don't like Kenny Pickett, fine. If you don't think he's the franchise quarterback, that's fantastic. But don't wish injury or think, hope it's a career-ending injury or it's a season-ending injury so that he misses time so someone else steps up. But this is a good report from Ian Rappaport. So, he's one of the biggest sources in the NFL. So you got to trust what he's saying. Kenny Pickett suffered a bone bruise in his knee that could lead to a short-term absence per him and Mike. And the door is open for Pickett that could play. He can maybe play this week, but what do you guys think? I kind of think you start Trubisky or Rudolph. I don't care who you start. You got to run the football, and you have to start one of those fellas. So it's probably going to be Trubisky. I think he's going to start them. Then Rudolph will back up. You start Trubisky versus the Ravens. You try and sneak away with a win. You play your hardest football versus the Ravens. You go to 3-2. Then you have a bye. And then I think the week after that is the Rams game in week 6. That's when you get Kenny back. You let Kenny rest for this week, the whole week. You let him rest for the Ravens game. You let him rest in the bye. And you get him worked up and ready to go again for week 6 or week 7 when it is like Steelers versus, I believe it is the Rams. I'm pretty sure it's the Rams, right? Yes. So we have Ravens this week at 1 p.m. We have the bye, and then you go all the way out to LA. So you get Kenny ready for that game. So about like 17 days off. That's what I would do. I think that's what the Steelers would do. I don't think they're going to rush Kenny back into the lineup to verse a crazy Baltimore Ravens team that wants to, run after you and the crazy defense. They just hammered the Browns like 27-3. Unfortunately, Trubisky's got to take the bullet, got to try and find your best way. He did pretty well. I know Trubisky had the interceptions, but he was moving the football down the field last year when he versed the Ravens, and we lost like 17-14. But Trubisky, as much as I don't really like him as a quarterback, he did pretty well throwing the football, getting the ball down the field. He just made 3 big errors, and that was the game. So that's the breaking news. That's the news on Kenny Pickett injury. Kenny Pickett suffered a bone bruise in his knee that could lead to a short-term absence. So that's good. That's positive signs for our quarterback, our player, and that is Kenny Pickett KP8, mate. So good signs for him, and hopefully he can come back after the bye in week 7. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you later.